Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so happy that you are here, and I am so happy to be here. Today we have a very fun and exciting vlog. It's kind of a mess, but I'm so happy to share it with you guys. I'm going to be taking you through reading 3 separate books, and then also my exciting October, which has Thanksgiving, it has pumpkin carving, it has a concert, and I'm really excited for you guys just to see it. While this vlog is a little less booky than my usual ones, I still just wanted to put it together for memory's sake as well, because I genuinely had such a wonderful October with family and friends, so I wanted to showcase some of that with you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and Preston will take it away at cat sitting, and then you'll see the rest of my October. Hello and welcome to the vlog. You already had a formal introduction, but we are really starting it off today, and future me did that. I'm cat sitting for one of my really good friends, and I thought I would take you guys along with me for the weekend that I am here, and then a little bit into the week. So like a weekly reading vlog, but like my location's gonna change halfway through. I have a really good friend. This is Miss Rhubarb. I think it was my April wrap up of last year where she was in it in my thumbnail, and they were here. So that's what's going on. I'm gonna take you guys with me for the next couple of days. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I left my mic at home. Sorry about that. But let's get into it. Let's give you a little reading update. So currently I am reading The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Now this is the second book in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe cozy series. It's described as if Gilmore Girls met book, I guess. But it's like Luke and Lorelai if they got together sooner. It was kind of what the premise of the first one was. And so this one is following our main character who runs the bookstore, not the owner of the bookstore to my knowledge, but runs the bookstore, and the local fisherman. I'm listening to this on audio. I'm about 2 hours in and I really enjoy it, but I will say it's very fast paced. Like within like the first chapter or two, they had kissed and there was like real big like affection or like want for each other, especially on his side, which I always love a man who's obsessed. So that was delightful. But it's definitely more fast paced than I thought it would be, and I'm enjoying it, but it's also very, very fast. So I'm about 26% I think into that. I started listening it today on my drive to campus. As for physical books, I just finished You with a View by Jessica Joyce. Now, if there's one thing that I'm gonna say, it's that I am obsessed with Jessica Joyce's writing. I absolutely love her. Her writing is just so captivating, and while that book took me an eternity to finish, I still gave it 4 stars because I believe it deserves a 4-star, and I believe that I was the problem and I only read a chapter at a time because I was in the depths of a reading slump. But currently physically on my Kindle, I'm reading Serpent and the Wings of Night. Now I actually got 47% into this like a month or 2 ago, put it down, stopped, and then yesterday was like, I'm gonna start picking that back up again. So I'm going on that. As for that book, I think it's interesting. I think that I just don't have necessarily the drive that other people do. I'm not super invested in the story. And I will say that the trials are very drawn out. And then the actual trial is like done in like a chapter, maybe less, like it's so fast. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? So I just think that like the suspense and the building isn't quite there for me personally. But I'm going to continue reading that. I am more indifferent to it, but I want to read it because it is just such like a classic romantasy book. That's what's going on. Hello. It has actually been a few days since I updated you guys, and you can probably hear I'm a little congested. I'm not feeling the best. I think it was all of the cat hair in my system because with this new apartment, they didn't have windows that could open. They only had a sliding glass door. So I had to close the sliding glass door for safety because it opened onto a balcony, which opened onto a community balcony that you guys saw. So just all of the cat hair just is in my system. But as for reading, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. I haven't read any more of The Serpent and the Wings of Night because I switched over to my book club book because I joined a book club with some of my book talk friends, which was so much fun. And we're reading Phantasma this month. And because Phantasma is like thick, on my Kindle it said it was going to take me about 14 13 hours and I'm about 4 hours in, so I have 10 hours left. I really want to get that kind of a chunk through that so I'm not scrambling at the end of the month for book club. So I have paused Serpent of the Wings of Night. I also paused Serpent of the Wings of Night because I was worried that if I finished it and then moved on to Phantasma, that like fantasy trial craving that I had wouldn't necessarily still be there. Like maybe Serpent of the Wings of Night have like satiated it. However, immediately Phantasma I'm enjoying significantly more. This book is just so gripping and I'm so intrigued. There's so many questions in my little head of like what's going on, what's gonna happen, all of these things. So it's so far very good, very like fall spooky time read. But as for the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, now this book I am actually not enjoying. I am having a really hard time with it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There's just so much missing in this book for me personally. Like, I just want more details on the town. I want more details on the town's people. I want more time with like different connections. It just feels like we're constantly with the two love interests and only just following their romance, and their romance isn't even swoon worthy, I would say. Like, they're not really going on these cute dates. They're just kind of like going out and then like having like intimate moments and like sleeping together and doing things, and it's just reading very like sex heavy and not very like romance heavy in some ways. I don't exactly know like what specifically is irking me, but I just feel like I don't have a clear indication of the friendships that these people have. More details on, I think his name's Noah, I don't really know, the fisherman's that's how you know I'm enjoying the book. The fisherman's like family, like he occasionally has FaceTime with his nieces, but like I don't really know too much more outside of like the kind of like shallow details of like his family problems. It's not a book that I'm really enjoying. And I think the other thing that's bothering me is they just need to have a gosh diddly darn conversation, because both of them are just like, it's dual perspective and we're just in both of their heads and both of them are saying the same thing, but they're not saying it to each other, and it's driving me insane. So normally I listen to my audiobooks on like 1.75 if it's a fantasy book, to 2 if it's more a contemporary book. I'm listening to it on 2.5 right now because I'm like following the story. I can still hear everything, but I also want it to be finished. I'm 82% of the way in. I don't think I said that. And I want it to be over because they're not having honest conversations with each other, and there's just not a lot of things going on that I'm enjoying. I'm gonna go walk to a building and listen to the audiobook of the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore and hopefully finish it because I'm over it. I really am. Good morning, you guys. So it is the next day and I ended up finishing the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore yesterday. I still sound gross. I'm so sorry for that, but I have some thoughts. So I think I've landed on like a 2 or 2.5 because I just really did not enjoy the book. I really just did not vibe with the writing, the insta love, the amount of like intimate scenes that were happening between these two characters was very not what I was expecting. Like, they were frequent and I also didn't really enjoy them, and I wish I knew more about the town, more about the side characters, had more day-to-day life with the characters rather than them just being together. The most anticlimactic reveal of who was leaving these like mystery notes, oh my gosh, the reveal that I won't get into for spoiler reasons really was the thing that cemented the fact that this book was not getting a 3, because I literally was just staring into space. Like, that not just happened right now. Like, that was not just the reveal that we were building up to. And also just the lack of communication between our two characters actually drove me insane. As for Serpent and the Wings of Night, I still haven't read any more because I'm working on Phantasma. I'm about 20% into Phantasma, having a great time, trying to figure things out, very intrigued, and I ended up starting Blood and Steel, which is a romantasy book that I heard from like one person on Book Talk, and I'm obsessed. I'm like 6 hours into the audiobook and I'm loving it. It's super fast paced, super fun. It's giving like Viking vibes, but not Viking. Like, they're not Vikings, but the essence is giving Viking in some aspects. It's just easy and it's fast and it's intriguing. There's gonna be trials that are starting. There's like magic in this world that I don't fully understand because it hasn't really been discussed yet. There's like training and like different levels of like warriors, and there's gonna be like a rite, which I think is gonna be maybe in the next book. So really it just has a lot of things that I'm really enjoying at the moment. Hello, wonderful people. I feel like we're always just meeting in the morning in the car before class, but here we are. So I wanted to give you guys a little update on Blood and Steel, which let me tell you what this book is about. So this book is about our main girl, Thea, and she has been an alchemist her entire life, except she has in her soul actually been a war sword who is a strong warrior. But because of a prophecy that happened around 20 years ago, I think it was, all women who wore badass warriors were stripped of their blades and either left the kingdom so they can continue to be like awesome warriors, or they relinquished their blades. And this was because there was a prophecy, and the prophecy ended up coming true in like a freak manner that like wasn't really coming true, but people got really superstitious about it, and so women were exiled if they were wanting to continue being warriors. So our main girl, she trains in secret. She has her sister Ren, who is a healer, and then by chance Thea gets the opportunity to train to become a warrior, but I'll let you discover that adventure on your own. And when she does this, she meets her friends Kip and Cal, and they become this like ragtag trio of awesomeness, and they're so cute, they're so fun, and their relationship is just very wholesome. Like they're there for each other, and it's just really nice. Like I feel like there's quite a big cast of characters because we have War Sword training group, we have like her specific friends, we have some of her alchemist friends, and there just feels like there's a lot of people, which I'm really enjoying right now. Yesterday I went to bed with it 60% in, and then today I was 80%. So I'm at 80% right now, and my goodness, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really fast, it's really engaging. There were like some parts that were maybe potentially a little bit rushed, but I'm also just having a really great time. I feel like it's been a while since I felt super engrossed in a book. Alrighty guys, I am headed out to Jordan Davis's concert. I'm so excited. This is the fit, I'll show you guys. So I just have a classic flannel belt, they're like ripped jeans, and then my favorite top. This is the ring stack we have going on. Lulu's probably gonna ring the bell, so ignore that. I'm so excited for this concert. There it is. I'm so excited for this concert. I had these tickets for so long, and I just cannot wait. I am really hoping that he plays Selfish, because that's like my favorite song by him, and like it's constantly on blast. But I'm so excited to go tonight. I'll try to get some clips, but I'm not sure. I just want to really enjoy the moment, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys after the concert later today. I don't know.
Rolling and I rain down like a storm cloud, some kind of heat wave that make you stay on another way. Say, don't give a damn about the plans you made. You'll stay in a bed all day, 'cause I'm safe.
Good afternoon. No, we are back from the concert. It was so much fun. My friend and I actually ended up getting down onto the floor at the very end because he didn't do an encore, but he stayed to sign a bunch of things. Did I have anything for him to sign? No, I did not. But did I just love people watching and just like being so close and just kind of like observing what was going on? Yeah, I had a blast. The concert was really good as well, and I'm so tired. It's like 12:20. I think I might read a chapter of Phantasma. I have to take a shower first, and so by the time I get back into bed, it's probably gonna be about 1 a.m. So I don't think the odds of that happening are very high at this point, but we shall see. We shall see. But it was such a fun night, and it was so amazing. It's exam day. Hopefully you can hear me okay. It is time for my annual chocolate croissant because my exam is finally by my favorite place. If you guys watch one of my other reading vlogs, you would know that these are my favorite things. I bought two, but there's something about them that I don't know what they're made of. If you know how to make chocolate croissants like this, that would be really good information to share with me, because they're genuinely the best thing in the entire world. So I'm living in public, which I don't normally do. but hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm gonna go eat my chocolate croissant. Maybe I'll get a close-up of them because they're just so delicious. And I'll talk to you guys later. Alrighty, so we've reached the end of the vlog, and I know this one is kind of a mess. I haven't edited it yet, but I do know that there's a lot of just collages of things and not as much bookish content as my normal vlog, so I do apologize for that. But I wanted to give my final thoughts of Blood and Steel. Honestly, this book was so good, and it's honestly been a little while since I finished it, and I haven't thought about it as much as I thought I would. I really liked how this book was told and how we got Thea's chapters, and then every like 5 or so chapters, we got like one of Wilder. I felt that it was like a nice twist on dual POV, and then I really enjoyed kind of getting into his head for a little bit, but I didn't want to be there all the time, so I really liked that. I think it had some epic moments, and the Who Did This to You really was amazing. I will say though that I wanted more of a slow introduction with them, because once things started getting going, it was like kind of quick, and I was like, okay, I know we've built up to this, but like it's happening lickety split. But it was really, really good. I think that I'm very excited for the next book, but I haven't thought about this book as much as I thought I would. While I'm here, I also did finish The Serpent of the Wings of Night, and so that book was definitely something that was very interesting to me. I wanted to read it simply because Book Talk has been talking about it for so long, and it's, I feel like, a very classic romantasy. And so I don't know if I mentioned it in this video, but I did end up reading the first 47% of this book and then putting it down for like 2 or 3 months and then starting to read it again. I will say that I think the latter half of this book was better, and there was a little bit more stakes, but for me personally, I just wasn't invested in the trials. I wasn't invested in the story. I just kind of had this like looming feeling that everything was going to be okay, which is like not the feeling you're supposed to have when you're reading a fantasy book, and not the feeling that I should have had. And I can't tell if it was me or if it was the story. It was very anticlimactic in some ways, because I felt that we should be spending more time in these trials and have more detail of these trials, but we really didn't. And so that really got me, especially compared to a book that I have now finished that I'll talk to you guys about in my October wrap up, which should be coming out soon. It's just much better in that aspect of trials. I think that there were many aspects in Serpent of the Wings of Night that didn't work for me, especially this friendship that our main character had and like kept bringing up. And I was like, I get it, you had a really important friend, but we didn't see her very much, so it just felt kind of redundant at some points. And I have to say, I'm just not sure if I'm going to continue with the series because it didn't quite hit for me. I didn't quite love it. But overall, they were 2 pretty good books. I think I gave both of them like 3 stars because honestly, they both had aspects that I enjoyed and then aspects that I didn't necessarily, but Blood and Steel was definitely a lot better than Serpent of the Wings of Night, and I'm still waiting for my library hold to come in for the second book, so we shall see when I get it next. Without further ado, I cannot wait to talk to you guys soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.